Okay, let us see what we can do today. Well, actually, I already know what I'm going to be doing. It is now late Sunday evening, and been a heck of a day. Uh, I wasn't going to do anything at all today. Okay. I wasn't going to do anything at all today except for just chill and little here, little there. But kind of had interesting stuff going on, and this computer is doing weird stuff. This is one of my older computers. I'm actually going to be giving this to one of my tenants because she doesn't have a computer and I have an extra computer, and I was like, nobody else wants it. I'll see if she wants it. And sure enough, boom, she says, yes, I'll take it. So, trying to get it ready for her, and I'm going to have to run Malwarebytes because this thing's doing all sorts of weird stuff. But I don't know if I've got it on here. So, got to figure that one out. But, yeah. That was yesterday I talked to her. And this morning, about 8:15, a guy that owns or manages a motel down the street, and he takes care of all the stuff for it, as far as does the house cleaning and all that, him and his family. Anyway, he calls me about 8:15 and says, "Hey, I need you down here ASAP. I've got a big problem here with the overhang from the second floor walkway." I get down there, and the overhang, whoever owned it previously or whatever, they had stuccoed the underside of the overhang. Okay, no big deal. But what they did was they didn't do the job correctly, I guess, because the nails pulled out and the stucco was pulling down. And it had partially fallen during the night. And this is a whole other issue I'm dealing with right here, right now. It had fallen down quite a ways. I mean, it was at the end of the walkway where it was open-ended. The stucco had pulled down to the point where it was all the way back at the corner, in the corner, where the wall meets the ceiling. And that created issues. Cancel. This thing's doing its own stuff, and I'm going to have to run Malwarebytes, as usual. Anyway, I'm going to close out Firefox. Anyway, that had happened, and it was working its way down bit by bit overnight from the time it started to the time he got out there and saw that. And it made it to where the doorway for the office was, and the sign stopped it because it was securely anchored to the rafters. So I had to get out there and fix that for him. And all we did was just a temporary fix. It'll hold up for a good long while, but he's gonna have to have that fixed, and he knows it. But he's in the middle of having a bunch of rooms renovated. And this is doing what it wants instead of closing out. Okay, there we go. And it wants me to approve to do something now. But anyway, I turned around and had gotten. He had a bunch of 2x4s there for some of the work they were doing. They were taking out windows and closing them off on the back sides of the rooms because it's the back of the building, and I guess he decided that it's not needed because of the way they're renovating. Where the windows used to be, It's just going to be your bathroom sink. So it's going to be a better setup. But anyway, it's crazy stuff. I went ahead and grabbed the 2x, and they're 8 foot long, but the overhang's like 9.5 feet or something like that. And it I was like, okay, well, he has some shorter pieces, but I can just scab those onto the end, just put 2 screws in it, and it'll make it long enough for what I need. And did that, and boom, problem fixed. No more issue. But while I was pushing up on that, and I was working my way down, starting with the stuff that was closest and working down that way to the end, just pushing it up a little bit and then come back and start all over again and get it back up to where it's about just hanging down about 1 inch, so I can see what I'm doing, where to drill the holes, because we're going to use some 3.5 inch screws with some large flat washers. So I went ahead and did that. Well, while I was doing it, he was running to the store to grab the washers because I had screws. And I'll be damned, I'm on the last board starting to pull up on it, and it relieved enough of the pressure off of one of the other boards that happened to be angled towards me. It came loose and fell on my head. Unfortunately, right where one of the screws was is right where it hit me on the head. So I have a big old scrape on my head. I mean, it's a good deep scrape. And not happy about it, but what can you do? Yeah, let's see what we can do about this. I want to find Task Manager. Okay, there we go. Windows Task Manager. And this will tell me what program is trying to run so I can stop it. Or what applications. There we go. Add snap-in. Okay, I've got a bunch of them running. In task. Okay, so now I know what's going on. Driver Updater, which is a program I had previously downloaded, is trying to run other stuff. Anyway, it's one of those things, that thing hit me good. I mean, it knocked my glasses off and everything. And it didn't hurt too bad, but it bled a little bit. And unbelievably, it didn't bleed real heavy. So that was a surprise. Close that out. Let's try and do this driver updater, and I hate that because it is doing crazy stuff. Okay, we will uninstall a program. And what that one does, stop scan. Yes, I want to stop it. admin task. There we go. Got that stopped for now. Now we're going to go in here and get rid of Driver Updater Plus. That was something I was having a problem with the driver on here, and I had tried to get it to update, and it didn't cooperate. I'd forgotten about that one. Heck, I haven't been in here in a few months. Until today, and of course it updated, and there started the problem. Anyway, went ahead and I got the boards done, managed to get it up right, and now it's fixed as far as I can go, because I don't do stucco work. That stuff's a pain in the butt. But anyway, did that, and then I ran over to my boss's building and see how those guys were doing there. That were going to be working over there on the bathroom and replacing some of the windows. And this is supposed to be a friend of my boss, and this so-called friend is, yeah, he says he's charging less than anybody else will, but he's not doing it right. He's, I hate to say it like this, half-assing the job. Same thing in the bathroom. Bathtub looked horrible. It had a sliding shower door. That looked horrible. So I got everything to replace the tub, put new faucet assembly in, all that. New tile, backer board, the works. I mean, I got everything for this job. And he gets these guys in there, and they tell him, oh, well, you don't have to replace all the tile. We can take it out by just taking out this bottom row of tile since there's nothing wrong with the other stuff. Well, you got these holes in the tile where this sliding glass door for the shower, or for the bathtub, was anchored to the wall. And then now you're creating a seam right where a grout line is, right there just above the edge of the tub. And my boss sees nothing wrong with it. Even after I explained to him that you open yourself up to potential for rotting out your wall and your floor. Don't do that. Take out all the tile and start fresh. Do it right. Because you've already got a problem in another apartment, in another building, where they didn't do it right from the start. And now who's fixing it? You. You're paying out of your pocket to have it fixed. But he doesn't understand this. And he wonders why I cuss him out so much. So, yeah. You can understand why I'm ticked off at him. This thing's trying to refuse to allow me to uninstall Driver Updater. Figure. Okay, now it's letting me uninstall it. Or it's trying to at least. But anyway, he doesn't think about this stuff. And then he's got to replace these windows. No choice about it, but he needs it done as fast as possible. So he's got these guys, they go into Home Depot and they show him, oh yeah, these are the retrofit windows, you know, they'll work just fine. They're not retrofit windows because Home Depot doesn't carry these retrofit windows in stock because they're custom built to each window opening that you have. But he doesn't understand this stuff, so they get him to buy all these new installation windows. But the problem is, they're not going to break away the stucco around the original window opening and take out the original window and then frame in to bring it up to less than, or they're going to have it raised up to more than, it's going to be about 2 or 2.5 feet above the floor for the window sill height. Right now, it's only like a foot. So they ain't going to do the job right. They're going to half-ass the job again. And far as he knew, these were the right windows for that. But they're not taking these windows out, the original windows out. They're just going to leave them in and just frame around it, and or frame for the new window opening. And then try and get the guy to stucco over it, and now all that's going to be left is this little lip sticking out of the stucco that's aluminum. It's not right, but that's what they're trying to do. So I'm sitting here, I'm mad at him as can be, and I mean, I'm cussing him out. And finally, he caught the hint. Okay, so far this thing has found 10 items. A little bit about Malwarebytes. It's an antivirus software of a sort. Okay, really it is an antivirus software. It is one of the best you'll ever find on the market. And the reason why is they're constantly updating their database. You had that FBI virus thing out there where you didn't have to download anything other than open a video that somebody had sent you in Facebook. And now you've got a virus on your computer, or a Trojan. And lo and behold, you don't know about it. Next thing you know, your computer locks up with this FBI shield that looks official and everything, and they're talking about you may have had downloaded music illegally, or child pornography, or any of this stuff, any list of stuff that it gives you, just a general list. And it has hit so many people, and so many people were paying the ransom to get it unlocked. And then the person that they paid the ransom to never unlocked it, never told them how to do it. So they'd have to take it to a computer shop, and they'd go in there and in 2 minutes have it fixed, literally. But these people are paying hundreds of dollars to do this. So it happened to me a couple times. It happened to my dad. It happened to some family friends. It's happened to a lot of people. And I figured out how to get around it and get it going, get it fixed. And unbelievably, a lot of people were affected by that. And Malwarebytes, it catches everything. I had an antivirus software on my computer, supposed to be one of the best, you know. And it was on my laptop, and it didn't catch stuff. I turn around and run Malwarebytes. I find out I've got 50 Trojans on there, a handful of viruses, but yet my regular antivirus software, which was up to date, didn't catch any of this. So that kind of aggravated me. And then, so I started running that more often. But I hadn't run it on this computer because I had it for a short time, and then I got lucky and somebody gave me another computer. So, yeah. I might have run it a couple times. But anyway, right now it's scanned 36,764 objects. Yeah. Found 12 items that are not good. Let's see what objects it found. It found identified threats. Adware, pup, optional, Wajam. Basically, it's just stuff to harass you. That's all it was. But at the same time, it's aggravating. So now what Malwarebytes will do is it will either delete it or quarantine it to where it can't do anything anymore. And be a good thing. But yeah, it's aggravating to people when that happens. Malwarebytes is such a good antivirus to run. I'm running the free version, okay, the trial version, and that's all I run because I don't have to pay for it, and it still does everything I need and more. But if you get the paid version, you get a lot more. You got real-time scanning. I mean, you go to download something, the first thing it does is it scans that software to make sure there's nothing on there, and then it gives you the option of going ahead and downloading, and it'll even quarantine it when it downloads whatever the problem is. There's so much more in the paid version. But if you don't mind just this and then going and running a scan every time you're done downloading something, then you're good. And this thing got something else trying to pop up. Now it's got another item popping up, System Healer, and that's their System Healer that they're wanting you to run. So, okay, there we go, back to it. Anyway, it's a worthwhile deal. Funny thing is, my aunt's the one that told me about it, and I use it all the time. And I know y'all are probably wondering what I'm looking at up here, off to my right. What we did was we took the old TV that was in our living room that was kind of acting up, and I've got it on right now, and I'm using it as a monitor to monitor out front of the building for my security cameras. Right now I have the smaller DVR down here, and come probably in the next month I will have all of the other DVR down here. My boss, he's acting the fool. He's got me ticked off right now because he's acting so stupid. And he's starting to understand why I'm ticked at him, at least. And that's resolving that, so... But he's like, well, you haven't been doing nothing with the security cameras and this and that, and now I've got to go ahead and take over that. And no, dude, I ain't doing nothing with security cameras because you have kept me so busy. And then when I got free, I had to go work for other people to go make the money up because you didn't want to pay me good. You didn't want to pay me what my labor is worth. So he's like, no, I didn't. And I finally told him, I said, look, I've got proof. I turn around and I submit you for a job, and you're like, oh, $100 for that job is just way too much. I'll give you $25. So now he's starting to understand that his little activities is affecting him big time when he does me wrong. He finally admitted to it, which was a surprise to me, because he doesn't like admitting he did anything wrong. I mean, what kind of idiot thinks snaking out a sewer line is fun? Him. He's the kind of idiot that did. Until I put it in his face, and he's like, well, really, it's not that much fun. Of course it's not fun. You're digging in somebody's feces to clean out a sewer line that they clogged up. It's no fun. That's why the plumbers charge you $175 to come out and snake out your sewer line. Yeah, it only takes 10 minutes at the best. No more than 15 minutes to snake out a sewer line, that's no big deal. But they're getting paid $175 to do this. And his attitude was, well, I'm supplying the sewer snakes, so, and the rubber boots that you're wearing and the gloves, yeah, you are. But at least pay me the $100 to snake out the sewer, And it's kind of gross. So he is starting to catch on that he can't do this stuff. But it's just aggravating that he does this stupid stuff. And he doesn't even realize what he's doing, because to him, it's so ingrained. And God knows how many people he has had work for him that he has done this to, like he does me, and keeps going. And they just take it for a little while, and then they say, screw this, and leave. Or they cuss him out, and he fires them. And he's tried to threaten me. He actually tried to threaten me today with telling me that I'm gonna have to move out in 30 days if I keep it up. And I just basically told him, no, you can't do that. You know, you try it, I'll sue you. Just because you're mad at me because I'm cussing you out because you're not doing right doesn't give you a reason to an excuse to evict me. That's illegal eviction, and I will sue and I will win. And of course, there we go. Having other issues popping up with this computer. Yes, delete that shortcut so it'll stop. Anyway, he doesn't think about what he does, and that's what makes him so aggravating. And I'm not scared to stand up to him and put it in his face. I mean, I put it right in his face. How he's acting is ridiculous. Enough on that subject. I turned around and yesterday, here local, we have it's basically a charitable group. What they do is people donate their old computers and laptops and whatnot to them. And they take donations and whatever they make from selling the refurbished laptops and computers and reinvest it into the organization. And they donate all the desktop computers to people who don't have anything. And then the laptops, they sell them. They sell them depending on what kind of laptop it is, what it's worth in market, and what it's worth as a used laptop. They work it in, they figure it out, and then that's all they charge. But anyway, they had laptops. The cheapest one they had this week was $75, which is what they value the desktop computers at. And anyway, if you qualify, you're on food stamps, Social Security, have a student in school, things like that, you qualify for a desktop computer for free. And they help you with $10 a month internet if you need internet. And that's kind of cool that they're doing this. But anyway, they put the most recent version of Windows on there that computer can handle. This month it was pretty much all Windows 10. Actually, I think they were all Windows 10 Professional. And that was cool. So anyway, they were looking for volunteers because the building they're in, they've been renting. It's a big warehouse style building. And the owner of the building, excuse me, the owner of the building has decided he wants to renovate the building and turn it into basically a couple of big apartments. Studio apartments is what he wants to do. So he gave them X amount of time to find a place to move to and be gone. So this Saturday they did 2 things at once. They had people come in and volunteer and help them out with dealing with the computers, so the people that normally work there and deal with this stuff could start packing up and getting ready to go. And I went and did that, and I I enjoyed myself. But then after that was done, I turned around and went back and started helping them pack up. But at the same time, they had so much stuff they were given. Just if you saw something there that you wanted, take it. It's yours. I'm going back here next time they have their thing and grabbing. It's a small plotter printer. They're giving it to me. Okay, I'll take it. Sure, why not? Where I'm going to put it is right over here on my left side. There's a little bit of space there, and I can do it. It'll be a squeeze coming in, but oh well. I'm not going to complain. And then if I can use it, I'll go ahead and use it. If not, I'll take it and put it for sale. You know, and just sell it for whatever I get. Take that and take it back over there and reinvest it into the computer place. They gave me a bunch of projectors for projecting stuff on your wall. And I mean, I've got one, two, three, I think I've got four of them. Yeah, four of them. Okay, they had one more, and if I had had the space for it, I would have taken it. And this was a projector that was used in a movie theater. You connect it to your computer, your cable box, whatever. But it's so big in the way it's set up, to get a decent sized picture out of it, you would have to where it was really clear, you'd have to have it over 100 feet away. And then you'd have to sit back from it a good distance. But it was cool. But I had no reason to use it, so I just left it alone. And it has found 14 items so far. Yeah, they're somebody loaded my computer down with a bunch of stuff that is not good. But anyway, yeah, I just did that. I got a bunch of cables that I can use, all sorts of stuff. One of the things I got, which I don't know, we'll see, I might hold a giveaway. I've got some nice, clean, excellent shape Apple keyboards. There's a little scuffing on the backs, and that's just normal. It even has a good clean serial number on it. And then I also have some Apple mouses. And of course they're USB, so you can use it with any computer. Hide your, if you got a Apple desktop, or a Windows desktop, but you have a standard monitor, a no-name monitor, or you're using a TV screen for a monitor, whatever, but you want people to think you have an Apple, okay, Apple keyboard and mouse. You know, cool. A lot of people think that's cool. Friends of mine, they have a Apple laptop, and I'm not a fan of Apple as far as their computers goes. That's the laptop computers. But anyway, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and give them a mouse and a keyboard. Why not? I've got it. You know, I'm not out here to make a bunch of money off people and that stuff or anything. If I'm making it and it helps, I can take it and donate it back into the program. I'm gonna do it. It's just right. But they're moving, and they're gonna have another giveaway day, and I'm gonna volunteer for that, and I'm gonna be there to help them with the further preparing to move, because that's like a side thing. It's like they have their regular jobs, and then they come in in their evenings and weekends and get computers ready and get them refurbished to be given away. And that's what these guys do. So they're getting rid of a lot of stuff. I mean, it makes me sick, the amount of stuff that they're getting rid of, because They just don't have the space for it in the new warehouse they're moving into. They're like, we don't have space for this. We got to move, and where we're moving into is much smaller. And it stinks for them. Uninspired. Program. We're going to go over here into this and uninstall uninspired. If it'll let me uninstall AirDash, upgrade. Nope. We'll see what pops up here in a minute, and then I'll compare it to what it is. It's not an installer. I don't even know what it was said, what it said anymore. But anyway, yeah, it's cool being able to help with this stuff. I mean, the stuff they do there is just crazy. They actually, I've got a where'd I put it? I've got in a box in here. It's a brand new motherboard that can take the i7 processor. Real good board. Refrigerator just started. Let me see if I can get this board over here. I'm going to put it out here. I guess I did put it back here and forgot. But anyway, it's a really decent board. I was talking to a guy that works there. Here it is. It's an ultra durable H97M-HD3. Okay. It can use just about any kind of chips that you can put in there as far as Intel. Okay. Good board. Nothing wrong with it. Never been used. I mean, you can't get much better than this. But yet, they ain't going to use it. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, I'll take it, since they're going to throw it away. And I'll take it home and build a nice new desktop. I mean, has an HDMI out built into it. I mean, you can't get much better than this. It doesn't have the old VGA out, but who cares about that? But I can take this and get the money and buy me an i7 core processor and throw it in here along with a fan, and boom, I'm good. So that kind of gives you an idea. Now normally I don't handle this like this. I handle it with, you know, I have a strap on, but there's nothing on here that it can hurt really, so but it's just one of those crazy things that I deal with, you know, this kind of stuff. And I'm not going to complain, because I go back and I get a chance, you know, I'm going to build me a nice computer out of this. If I can get a old case that's, you know, decent shape for free that this will fit in, you better believe I'm doing it. I'll build a nice computer out of that. But, see what's going on here with this. Yep, still showing 14, but 39,620 objects scanned. Okay. So, yeah, and then earlier today, or a little while ago, I turned around thinking, okay, I'll go ahead and I'll go ahead and set up the computer and get it ready for to get to these people and everything, and boom, there we go. All's good. But I went to go on there and clear out my browsing history on Firefox, and I thought I had done it, so I went ahead and tried to go to Facebook, and it popped up and said it wouldn't let me go to Facebook because their security certificate was not correct, and the style it was set up as, they could not add it as an accepted or an exception site for them to go to, which would still allow you to go to it. Don't know what was causing it, but it turned around, and I was getting aggravated. Finally, I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and shut the computer down, restart it, and see what it does. So I did a full shutdown instead of just a restart, and boom, it started working just fine again. It wouldn't let me type anything in at one point. I mean, it was just acting stupid. So, yeah, I got that figured out at least. This thing has a lot of stuff on it to scan through. And what's interesting is, these computers they give away, they don't have a lot of hard drive space on it. Because they came out of, like, the one I got yesterday was Contra Costa County. So you're not really storing anything on the computer, it's stored in a server room on a server. So yeah, it makes a difference there. Let me see what I can do here. There we go. Change the format on the security cameras. It's weird how it allows me to choose which kind of format I want to display in or show, record in, or whatever it is. But it's crazy. Ooh, tired. I did not plan on getting up as early as I did this morning. I was thinking I was asleep until 9:30 or 10 at least. But yeah. Bit by bit, I'm getting stuff done. My boss, oh God, I'm still laughing at this one. He turned around 3 months ago, at least, and bought some smoke detectors from somebody on Amazon or eBay or something like that. And he bought, like, I don't know, 75 of them, at least, and paid for them, but he's not gotten them yet. And he asked them once, and they said, oh, they're on back order. Well, now it's been 3 months. I know they're not on back order for 3 months. And he's like, well, screw it. I'm just going to go ahead and buy these from Costco or Home Depot or wherever it is he was going to get them from, and we'll just go with that, and it'll be cheaper. It'll be fine. But it's like, dude, you cut corners. You should have been on the ball. Once that date of delivery came and went, you should have been contacting them every other day. Where are my smoke detectors? They gave you this sob story of them being out of stock. Okay, when are they going to be in stock? Okay, they're on back order and they'll be in a couple of weeks. Okay, I'll be back. I'll contact you again in a couple of weeks and see what's going on then. And he should have been. They said, okay, they'll be in 2 weeks. Okay, 2 weeks later, he should have been right there. Boom. What's going on? Why aren't they here? Why aren't you? Where are they at? Instead of waiting months. And now he's probably not going to get his money back. So now he's buying them twice. But he wants to save money everywhere. And what he's not accounting for is, all this time he waits, if something happens in one of his buildings and they find out that he did not have the correct smoke detectors, he didn't have the 10-year battery ones in, he's going to lose everything. Because it's $800 per smoke detector per apartment. So if they come in, they see that, find out that apartment didn't have it either, and say, okay, well, it should have had this many, and then they're going to go through and inspect every apartment on the property. And then they're going to say, well, only two apartments had the correct smoke detectors, so out of 12, 10 of them weren't done correctly. Or is it? No, 10 out of 10 of them he has on this property. 8 of them weren't done correctly. What's going on here? And they're going to slam them. 800 times, let's see, let me think, 9 out of 10, 8 one-bedrooms, 2 two-bedrooms, take away a 2-bedroom. So he's looking at like 30 smoke detectors roughly, right here on this one property that aren't up to date. Spaces he's supposed to have smoke detectors, he doesn't. And he's not thinking about it. He's not thinking, well, hold it, I can lose everything over this because I didn't do it up to date. Now, if his business partner in the apartment thing finds out that he's not got it up to date and realize they could lose everything they own as well, they're going to be pissed at him. And I wish I could get in touch with them. Tell him, yeah, look at this. This is what he's doing. This is how he's spending your money wrong. And needless to say, things will change. You know, he doesn't do stuff right. He doesn't care. But yeah, it's one of those things. I know I'm getting a bit of a long live video, but yeah, it's just one of those things that I get frustrated with him. He's trying to say I have till tomorrow evening, 9 o'clock, to get rid of these aluminum window frames out of the storefront. Well, I've already explained to him that there's already a recycler supposed to be coming back in the morning to grab the rest of them. So there's nothing to worry about there. And then he's trying to say, well, I got to clean up all the glass, that this guy is just smashing the windows wherever, dragging the aluminum frames out in the middle of the floor and just smashing the glass wherever, and then taking it and getting it all out of the frame like that, and then dragging the frames outside, throwing them in the truck and leaving the glass there. And that means I got to catch the guy in the morning that's working in there on the stucco and tell him, hey, he needs to have his friend clean up that glass before he leaves with the last of the window frames. Because if he doesn't, I will get him for, you know, whatever I can. I'll find a way of getting him charged with something. You know. So maybe I can get him for illegal dumping, because he's dumping the glass inside the storefront while I'm not there. Who knows? I'll find something. You know, I try not to be an ass, but sometimes you just gotta. But yeah. She's enjoying the new TV up there, and I'm putting the old one to use. God, that's a sorry image on that camera. These cameras are not HD on some of them. They're ancient cameras. They're freebies, so I'm not mad about it. But at the same time, it's like, come on. I ought to run and put a light. I'm just thinking out loud to myself, I ought to put a light out here on these overhangs by where the garbage cans are. And the kind of light I would put in, they couldn't take the bulb out of. You know, it's a built-in LED bulb, and you can't just take the bulb out and there you go, now I got another light bulb for my apartment that costs some money. The only thing they can do is take it and, you know, they'd have to take the whole fixture down. Oh, another thing I got that's kind of cool. That's Apple. I meant to show this to y'all. Okay? Now, this here is an Apple webcam. I've never seen that. I've never seen it where it has the iris that opens and closes like that. I thought that was cool, so I snatched it up. And there's an adapter you can get to make it work with the Windows computer. I just got a notice that it says, warning, your computer may be at risk. For emergency tech support, call immediately 844-763-5838. Firefox.exe just crashed on your system. Call us now for instant premium support. They're the ones that are making Firefox crash. It makes me laugh when I see this stuff, because I know better. I mean, anybody who has half a brain to deal with computers knows that there's just, you don't have to call. Found another one. I want to enlarge this if I can. There's been a lot of stuff found on here. Let's see if I can find this system healer. There it is. Close. I'm going to get system healer and uninstall that. Because something tells me that's where I'm also having problems. And it's something that updated today, which is kind of funny. Uninstall. Okay, it's in the process of doing the uninstall. But yeah, and that's how I figure out what kind of stuff is causing me the problems. Is I just look at it and say, okay, here's one of the many items. And it's not cooperating. Come on. It's also a slow computer. Yes, I want to get rid of that. Stuff is crazy what I'm going through to get rid of this stuff. Uninstall. Boom. Close Firefox again. Close the program. Okay, got rid of that. Now I just got to get that to close out. It doesn't make sense, some of the stuff I find on here. And see, I found a lot of stuff that I didn't even download on my computer. Because what somebody did was they hacked into a server somewhere and attached other stuff to apps that you would normally download. So it was good. Now, it's uninspired. Okay. System Healer is almost done doing its thing. And then I can see what happens from there. We had a lot of stuff on there. View identified threats. Okay, we're going to elongate it. A lot of stuff with System Healer. Some adware. Some SCS services. Okay. Current control set. Yeah, there was a lot of stuff in there. PC speed set. PC speed up. Now, that's okay. Now I know where that is. Okay, let's see. Install change. Sometimes, for whatever reason, this does not. Guess it's not done installing. There we go. And it's still doing its little bit of stuff to finish. Hello. Hang on 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. That was one of my tenants, and a friend of hers, their dryer had quit working, and they wanted to see if I could come by and take care of it. And I had I let them know that, yeah, I can take a look at it. I have a feeling I know what it is. It's an electric dryer. Wow, kind of windy out, and that don't help things with my hair. But anyway, it doesn't work anymore. They don't know why. It just don't get hot. And on the electric dryers, usually when that happens, it's the element burned out. So that was her. She wanted to let me know that they asked if I could come by on Thursday. Yeah, sure, not a problem. And I'll just go over there, open it up, take a look. If the element's burned out, okay, we know what it is. Now we can get the part ordered for them and go from there. Really should be pulling up Task Manager and seeing what's running. And task. There was a program that keeps trying to run that should not be trying to run because I do not open it. And it's just a series of numbers, which is definitely quite weird. 407 3888. So what I'm going to do is pull up 407 83888, and it will find out what that is, hopefully. Okay, search results. Now I gotta find that. Now I got the same one running twice. Okay, let's see. Nope. Nope. Oh Lord. Same thing run 8 times. Searching.com. Yep, wrong thing. Open up control panel again. See what's going on with malware bytes. 19 items. App data, local. So what I'm doing is I'm going to extend it. A lot of stuff. Okay, rescue monitor. I'm going to go to uninstall a program and see if I can't find rescue monitor. Okay, Pixma. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start uninstalling anything that I know is freshly installed today, because there's some of them I know I haven't done anything with. Like that little series of numbers I was telling you about. Get rid of FixNut, Extended Survey. Got to get rid of PC Speed Up. It's crazy the stuff you find when you download stuff. But I'm going to get off here because this is getting to be tiring and I don't want y'all to have to sit through a whole video like this. Sorry about that. Hopefully y'all have a wonderful night. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and have a wonderful Sunday night.